Alright, welcome back to another episode of the Wellington Dirt Detective. We're out here walking the edge of this field looking for points. And I think I might have walked up on our first one. Been out here for a little while. Just been finding just a handful of debutage and flint flakes. So I knew I had to be coming up against one at some point or another. Just a matter of time. But look at this just a handful of freaking material, man. But I think we got our first one right here. Yeah, right there. Look at that guy. I knew I had to be walking up on one here at some point or another with all the material I was finding. Looks like Coshocton flint. That is sweet. Hell yeah. Just walking this strip right here. That's awesome. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, is that another one right there? What is that? Oh, no. It looked like one. Had me going there for a second. But looks like a piece of slate. Alright, bring it back in and find anything else. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes since I found that last one. I think we got something sticking out of the ground right here. Right there, looks like a base. I'll pull that here in a second. But that looks like the same type of material I've been finding all those blades that are made out of sifting down in the creek. When I was finding all those flakes and all that, it's the same type of material here. See, that's been worked all off of. So I'm thinking that's probably the same type of material. I'm gonna pull that out of there and see what we got here. Oh, I just can feel it. It's broke. Damn it. Well, this is base anyway. That looks like a newer break. That's not an ancient break. Well, it can't all be whole, right? Damn it. Well, it's definitely a base. Looks like that same material I was found in those blades. They're made out of that. But we'll take it. Shit. Heartbreaker. Yeah. Alright, well, we came down to the creek. We were following the fields for a little bit. But you can kind of see up on the campsite there. I don't know if you can see my frame for my sifter where I dig up there. But I left the house without my floating sifter, so I can't get in here and sift today. But as I was just walking around, the creek's pretty high, but I think I might have something right here. It looks worked. Looks like that same white material of stuff that I've been finding up in the fields and through the creek, and that is right there. I'll take you under. Yeah, it's a broken tip. Rinse it off a little bit. Yeah, it's that same weight material. Just a broken tip. Man. Yeah, it stinks. I've left the house without my floating sifter, so it's just broken. But we'll take it. Damn it. Can't all be whole. Find more broken shit today than anything else. Alright, we're gonna look around here just for a bit, see if we find anything. Alright, bring it back in and find anything else. Alright, it's been about a half hour since I found that little broken tip, but I think I got something else right here. Look at that right there. At least it looks like it. Doesn't look like flint though. This looks like the same material as that. Clean all the crap off of it. Yeah, that's not flint. That's like some regular stone. That is weird. Yeah, that's not flint. Clean it off a little bit. It's got a broken tip on it. That is freaking cool. That's just stone. I never found one that's not made out of flint before. That's crazy. Yeah, that's just stone. You can see it's definitely been worked on. That's definitely a point. That is, what is that? I don't know, man. That's definitely a point. But that's not flint. I don't know if they just napped up something out of this piece of stone or what, but yeah. That is insane. I never found one quite like that before. Yeah, it looked like it was the same material as this right here. Kind of like, yeah, it's the same stuff. That is crazy. Wow. If you guys ever seen anything like that just made out of regular stone, let me know. But that's definitely not flint, that's for sure. Hell yeah. Alright. I think I'm going to get up out of here. It's been a long day. Alright, we'll see you on the next one.